Hey guys, it's Tepco Soccer Repair. Today we're going to be changing out a jet on a Mikuni. This is a TMX carburetor. I'm working on a 2005 Honda CR250, but this carburetor is from my 2018 KTM 300 XC. And these TMX carburetors are different than the TMX carburetors that came on these Hondas. These are a newer style. It's got a different type of slide in it and stuff. I like these. They work real well. And I'm going to show you something that you can't do in the Kian that you can do with the Mikuni, and the reason I like these better. All right, so let's first thing we do is we're going to loosen the two clamps right here, the Phillips heads on the intake and on the air boot. I've already done that. Now we're going to pull the fuel line off. All right, so clamp, hose. I'll just take this and push this out of the way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the top of the carburetor. I'm also going to change the needle on this one. So I'm going to rotate this towards me. And now we have the two top cap screws exposed. I'm going to take a 7mm on those. Remember the slide springs underneath here, so hold it down when you're doing it. And then we're going to pull the slide out. Right, swing the slide out of the way. So now what we're going to do is rotate the carb the other way. And I'll always take this out, the slide, because when I'm doing jets in the bottom, because when I rotate it, I don't want to damage the throttle cable. And that only took a second. You saw that. So let's spin it around. And I'm just pushing it. All right. So now I got the bottom cap here. I'm going to take a 17mm. We're going to spin that off. And what I like about these Mikunis over the Kians is that if I'm first setting up a carburetor here, I can take this off and I can get to the main jet and the pilot jet, and you can't do that in a Kian. A Kian, you have to take the bowl off to get to the pilot. And you can do the same thing with a Kian, but you just have to take all the screws off here and take it off. It's just more of a process. I like to be able to get in here and just swap it out. So now that we got the bottom of the bowl, the cap off right there, I'm going to take the jet out of here, main jet. All right, and then the jet seat came out as well, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull that off. All right, so I got an 8mm and I pulled that apart, so we're just going to unscrew that. Alright, so we got our new jet here. We're going to swap the new jet in. Remember with these jets, when you're putting them in, don't over tighten them. Just get them tight. Snug them in there and you're done. Put the cap back in. The pilot jet's a flathead right next to that main jet we just took out. Real simple as well. I got the pilot jet feeling good here. I do have to change the needle one clip, make it a little bit leaner. I got a little bit of gurgle coming off of the pilot jet. Rotate this back. I'm going to change a needle, but we throw that back in there, top it off, and swing it back to the center, and we're done. It's super simple on these things to change them, and that's why I like these Mikunis better, because you can go to a track if you're going to change some jets. It only takes you a couple of minutes and a couple of tools, and you can get it done. The changing the needle here, you're just pulling this out. Whoop. All right, you want to grab it, since you got it like this here. Take the take the throttle cable off, spring out of the way. And again with the 6mm, we're going to take the needle holder out. Take our needle out. I'm going to swap this just one position. Alright, so I just swapped that from the number 2 to the number 1 position. Not sure you can be able to see that. We'll drop that back in there. Right there. Needle holder back in place. Again, don't over tighten it. It will seize if you do. Now the reason I'm changing a couple of things here is just I'm getting this bike set up the first time. I just put this carburetor in. It's running really good, super clean. Just a couple things in there that I needed to address, and that's what I'm doing. So you're going to stick the cable back down in there and hook it back into the holder. Don't forget there's a small white tab in the bottom of the spring. You're going to put that in the groove where you put the cable in. All right, I'm going to drop this back in there. Put our screws back in. Seven millimeter. Well, I was going to just do the jets for you guys, but I figure we'll do the needle as well because it doesn't take long at all. Rotate this back to center. Right there. Guys, and that's all there is to it. This is real simple to change these jets out. I use a program that tells me what jets to swap to. Helps me out. It grabs the altitude, temperature, and everything where I'm going to be riding, and just makes the whole process easier. But you know, whenever you're jetting, you want to do it by feel, because it just makes it better. But if you're going to go somewhere where you don't have the time to do that, having a program helps you out. There's a couple of them available. There we are, guys. We're all set. Bike is ready to go. We take it out for a test ride. But hopefully this helps you out, guys. I'll show you how easy it is to do it. And it's the reason I like the Mikunis over the Keans. These are great carburetors. There's a couple issues they have. See my other video. I'll link it up top here so you can check it out. And if you address those problems, you can get this jet just like any other carburetor. And I like these because people say they're more sensitive. They are more sensitive, and I like them because of that, because you can make fine adjustments and it makes a difference. Hopefully this helps you guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications, guys. Until next time, this is Tech Cycle Repair.